Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Annado Sri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The only Guru of three religions, Traitatheeram originator, sensational writer, the author of more than 100 divine holy scriptures, the spiritual emperor, Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwarulu. Last week we completed the Sankhya Yogam chapter. In the Sankhya Yogam, Lord Krishna explained first about the three souls: mortal soul, immortal soul, absolute soul. Then after that he started explaining Karma Yogam. He completed. Then he told about the Brahma Yogam. So when it becomes Brahma Yogam is whenever you don't have any focus on the external related matters. So that happens only when you suppress your mind. So that's called Brahma Yoga. When you have the focus on the external related matters and while you are doing the work, whenever you suppress your ego, that becomes the Karma Yoga. That's what the Lord Krishna said about Brahma Yogam and Karma Yogam, both of them. And also he said that this is the way to uh, attain the absolute soul or liberation. So whenever you attain this state, so you will not have any attachment on anything related to your body. So whoever attains this state, when they die, so he is automatically merged with the absolute soul. So that's what we came to know last week. So Sankhya Yogam chapter was completed. Now we are going to learn about the Karma Yogam. So last week we learned about a Slokam. So that was started by Arjuna itself. Arjuna was questioning Lord Krishna. So why Arjuna questioned Lord Krishna was like, first Lord Krishna explained about Karma Yogam. After that he explained about Brahma Yogam. So in the Karma Yogam, there is a chance of in the Karma Yogam, everybody has to do tasks. So Arjuna knows that when we are into the dangerous activities, which is going to give more and more karma, because the task of the in the battlefield, so he has to kill so many his relatives and many people. Because of that he is going to get more and more sin. That's why he is worried about that. That's why he questioned Lord Krishna that why are you keeping me in the uh, fearful karma related tasks. And if you think that Brahma Yogam is the best compared to the Karma Yogam, he asked that. Because in the Karma Yogam he has to involve in the good and bad deeds. So instead of doing that, doing the Brahma Yogam is the safer. That's what he thought. So he got that question. Not only Arjuna, we also might have the same questions. So this is the indication that Arjuna did not understand about the Karma Yogam process properly, the way of Karma Yogam, how do we do Karma Yogam, those things. That's why he continued asking his questions. And the second Slokam also talks about the Arjuna's question. Let us see what he is asking. Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me tadekam vadanichitya yena sreyo ahamapnuyam. Instead of telling me the mixed sentences, because of that my intellect will go into illusion and I may get more attached to that. I may I may entangle into the attachment. So to avoid that, you decide and tell me what I needs to do. That's what his question over here. Because why he asked this question, we came to know that Arjuna could not understood properly the Karma Yogam process. Not only Arjuna, we also might not understood well about the Karma Yogam. Not only we, there are so many people who are preaching Bhagavad Gita. They also did not understand completely about the Karma Yogam, but they are capable of telling about the Brahma Yogam and how much they know about Brahma Yogam. They are practicing that. That is absolutely fine, no issue. But where they are failing is about Karma Yogam itself. So their attitude also, it's completely opposite what Lord Krishna told about the Karma Yoga. What they think is completely reverse what Lord Krishna explained about the Karma Yoga. So many of them, they don't know about the Karma Yogam theory, the doctrine of Karma Yogam, we can say. The people who are involved much more into spiritual matters, they could not understand Karma Yogam process and they are teaching opposite to that. So Arjuna might have heard about heard the same and also those preachers are dividing the tasks between good task and bad task and preaching the people to do good task and avoid the bad task. So that is the situation. Even Arjuna also definitely will get confused. So he raised the questions to get the answer from Lord Krishna. And Arjuna could not understand the difference between Brahma Yogam and Karma Yogam, both of them. That's why he said mixed sentences. Instead of teaching me the mixed sentences, so when you are teaching the mixed sentences, when the emotion of attachment is with me and my intellect will entangle into that, in that situation, so I cannot come out from that. So if you can decide and tell me whichever is best for me to follow, that will be helpful to me. That's what Arjuna asked Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna, he explained about the two yogams. They are very very important yogams or unifications, and he suggested which yogam is good for Arjuna also, not only for Arjuna, for us also. So that's why when we think about the Karma Yogam, how it should be like, whenever we are awake, whatever the task we do, so whenever we are dreaming, whenever we are in the battle, whenever we are worshipping, everything should be yogam, everything should be everything should be unification. So Arjuna also has to do that, and Arjuna requires that. That's why Lord Krishna divided it into two parts. One he said about Brahma Yogam, another he said Karma Yogam. And he told him the important one for him is Karma Yogam. So that's why Lord Krishna explained so many times about the Karma Yogam. If you see Bhagavad Gita, most of the places you find about the Karma Yogam. After that, you will see about Brahma Yogam, and very, very few times, few slokams about the Bhakti Yogam. The man who is in the external world, who is living in the external world, he is always with Viyogam. Viyogam means he is not in the unification, we can say. So we can explain these examples, sample example. In the Ramayana story, Rama and Sita were there. When Rama was in the forest with Sita, he was so happy because he is united with Sita. When Sita departed from him, and when Rama was in the palace, when Sita was not there, even though he got lot many luxuries as a king, but he was not happy. He was dissatisfied over there. He was not so happy. In the same way, a man who got lot many luxuries, assets, money, everything, if he doesn't have divinity in him, he will be like he lost something in his life, and he will live with a dissatisfaction. So whoever is not having any divinity within him, he is always unhappy. Whoever is having the divinity, he is happy always. So the one who is living with dissatisfaction, so he will not have any divinity or divine related yogam. The yogam, whatever the God said. So that is why, to make everybody understand, God taught us two yogams, two methods, two processes. And also he said he drew a line called the boundary around our body, and he said this is Gita. So when you are within this Gita, you are in the yogam. When you go beyond this, you are in the viyogam. So that's why Lord Krishna said that. So as an indication, Lord Krishna said couple of slokams in the first chapter about the Karma Yogam and Brahma Yogam both. So as he came to know that from the questions posed by Arjuna, then he started explaining deeply about the Karma Yogam and Brahma Yogam. So let us see what is Lord Krishna talking about the Karma Yogam and Brahma Yogam. That is from the third slokam. Lokesmin vivida nishta pura prokta maya anagha gnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. What Lord Krishna saying here? Asmin loke, in this world, Dvivida Nishta, there are two yoga nishtas, two processes, two kinds of yogams we can say. Pura prokta maya anagha, they were taught by me in the long ago. O Arjuna, anagha means the one who has no sin. What are those two nishtas, yoga nishtas? Here, Gnana Yogena Sankhyanam, the one who knows about Sankhyam, he follows the Gnana Yogam or Brahma Yogam. Karma Yogena Yoginam, the one who knows about the process of the activities, how they happen inside the body, or the mechanism of action, how it works, how it is done from the body. So those people follow the Karma Yogam process. These are the two yoga nishtas are very main. So when we go in deep details, what Swami provided to us over here, if we divide our entire body, we can see body is one part. Inside that body there are three souls: the mortal soul, immortal soul, absolute soul. So the yogis who knew Sankhya, they know that there are four parts inside the body in the body. So they will come to know that whenever they experience a soul, after that they can reach absolute soul. And they also will know that if we can stop doing all the tasks from the body, and if we can experience Atma or immortal soul through the mind, so they knew that. So they here, so they will know that in order to get the joyful state, when it happens, when the mortal soul merges with immortal soul, or mortal soul unites with immortal soul, that is called Brahmananda state, Brahmananda or Akshayananda, or the joy state. The joyful state will be attained when mortal soul unites with immortal soul. That's what. So in order to get that, they will know that we need to stop doing all the tasks from the body, and we need to experience that immortal soul happiness. The happiness, to experience the happiness, the mind should focus on the immortal soul. That they will know. So they know that everything whichever we are experiencing in the external world, that is all coming through the mind. They know that whenever they can deviate the mind from there, and if they can put focus the same mind on the immortal soul, then they are going to get the Brahmananda state, Sachidananda state, the state where he gets into joy, the state what happens in during that time, mortal soul will unify with immortal soul. So that is called unification or yogam. That is called Brahma Yogam state. So the Sankhya yogi, what he does, he will control his mind, and he will stop his body doing the task, and he is successful in deviating the mind from the external related matters successfully. So that kind of achievement is called Brahma Yogam or Gnana Yogam. That is called Brahma Yogam. So that is about Brahma Yogam. Lord Krishna said that what is Karma Yogam? Let's know about the Karma Yogam. So the one who knows the mechanism of the body, how the tasks are happening through the body, they know that there is a karma. The karma will activate the emotion. With that emotion, there are thoughts coming out of that. So with that thoughts, the activities are going from the body. So when activities are happening, every time the karma is the one which is the output or result out of that. Like fire will have always smoke, right? In the same way, every activity, every action will have the a subtle result called karma. Based on your activity, if it is good, you will get good karma. If it is bad, you are going to get bad karma. So when the action or task is happening from the body, whoever is able to successfully avoid the karma is called karma yogi. So the process is called karma yogam or raja yogam. So the one who is doing karma yogam, what he is going to do, he is going to leave all the tasks to the body itself. He thinks that let body take care of the tasks. and he is going to destroy his karma from the wisdom fire. So that wisdom fire is called Gnanagni. So in order to get the wisdom fire, divine fire, he has to suppress the ego. Ego is the main. Ego is the main in this case. So when the action or task is happening, when the jivatma's focus is on ego, then it is called karma yogam. So let us go in more detail about the Brahma Yogam. So we came to know that during the Brahma Yogam, the mortal soul should focus on the mind itself. That is called Gnana Yogam. Brahma Yogam and Gnana Yogam both are same. So in the Brahma Yogam, what happens? The intellect is one internal organ, that is subtle body part. That intellect, what it does, it is going to stop the mind. It is going to stop the mind because mind is going to get all the external related matters, right? So intellect is going to control the mind not to receive from the not to receive the external worldly related matters. So whenever that happens successfully, then the mind will focus on the immortal soul. Then only the Sachidananda state is going to happen. That state is called joyful state. So in the Brahma Yogam, which is playing the chief role, important role, that is mind only. So whoever's mind is whoever mind is united with the mortal soul, he is called Brahma Yogi. So whenever that happens, whenever the mind and the mortal soul unite together, then wisdom fire is going to release there itself. When that wisdom fire is releases, what happens? That is going to burn the accumulated karma. Every mortal soul will have accumulated karma which he earned in his past births. So that is going to start burning. So as long as he is in that state, so that much time karma is going to burn. That sanchita karma or accumulated karma is going to burn. So some people may have some doubts or questions, they may be asking that. So here you are saying that mind is going to unite with the jivatma, or mortal soul is going to unite with the mind. During that time you are saying that wisdom fire is releasing, so producing the wisdom fire produces, that produced wisdom fire is going to burn the karma. So if we have one question, that when the mind is focused on the external related matters, so that also may become yogam unification, right? That's what their question. So here Swami explained that here what happens, that is also unification. But what kind of unification? The unification which talks about astrology. So in the astrology there are some kinds of unifications called Budharka Yogam, Gajakesari Yogam, Chandra Mangala Yogam. So like that there are the yogams mentioned in the astrology as well. The yogams which are related to the astrology are related to the external worldly related matters only. Those are external matters. But the internal matters which we talked about the Brahma Yogam, right? So that is related to the yoga shastram, the science of yogam, we can say. So the external related yogams, unifications, are not made to burn the karma. So they are not going to produce any wisdom fire to burn any karma. So whatever the matters taught about the internal, that's all about the science of yogam. That belongs to the super science. So the whichever is the one which makes you unite both immortal soul and mind is called Brahma Yogam. When that happens, the mind will deviate from the external related matters and focuses on the immortal soul. So whenever a yogi is in the unification, in the Brahma Yogam state, he is not going to get any experience related to the external worldly related matters. So he will be in the joyful state. Let us know about the Karma Yogam in detail. So we came to know that whenever mortal soul is completely fully focused on the ego, that is called Karma Yogam or Raja Yogam. During the Karma Yogam, the intellect, what it does, it is going to stop the ego, because ego will always focus on the tasks and continuously preaching the mortal soul about the task. Oh, you did like this, you did like that, you should not have done this way, should have done that way. So many times the ego will be preaching the mortal soul. Mortal soul is going to accept what ego says, and mortal soul is getting karma. Okay, so here ego plays important role in attaching the karma to the mortal soul. So whenever a mortal soul is not getting any karma from ego, that is called karma yogam. So whenever the ego is not having any focus on external matters, then that becomes the karma yogam. So during that situation, what happens? A wisdom fire is going to be produced. When wisdom fire comes out, what it does, we know that every task is associated subtly with a sin or merit. So the wisdom fire which is produced is going to burn the karma there itself. So that's why the agami karma or future karma is going to burn there itself. In Brahma Yogam, the accumulated karma is going to burn. In the Karma Yogam, future karma is going to burn. So whenever you are able to suppress your ego, and when you are involved in the doing the task, that is called yogam, karma yogam. So nobody cannot identify the real karma yogi, because his attire, dressing, everything will be same like ordinary person, but he will be doing karma yogam inside his head itself. So nobody cannot identify whether he is a karma yogi or not. So Lord Krishna explained much more about these two methods, these two unifications for everybody. Because in order to merge with Paramatma, you should not have karma at all. Whenever your karma becomes completely zero, then only you are going to attain the Paramatma, attain the absolute soul. So Bhagavan explained about two methods. With them, the wisdom fire is going to be produced. That wisdom fire is going to burn the human karma. So here we need to know about three types of karma. One is initiative karma or prarabdha karma, which we are experiencing in this current life. Another one is the accumulated karma or sanchita karma, which we earned in the past births. Another one is the future karma, which is the outcome of the current tasks. So these are the three kinds of karmas are there. So in the Brahma Yogam, what happens? The accumulated karma is going to burn. In the Karma Yogam, future karma is going to burn. So in the both cases, what happens? Your karma is going to be reduced. So like that, when you are keep on experiencing and not earning the new karma, or when you are in the Brahma Yogam, when you are burning the accumulated karma, in the both ways, your karma is going to be reduced. So like that, when you continue, when your karma becomes zero, then you will attain the absolute soul. So whenever yogi is doing yogam, what happens? So there will be leftover fire, wisdom fire will be there. That leftover wisdom fire, after burning the karma, there will be some leftover wisdom fire or divine fire. That divine fire is going to be um, um, stored inside the head itself. So with that wisdom fire, a yogi, what he can do, sometimes he can burn the others' initiative karma. Some people may have one doubt that when a yogi is able to burn the others' initiative karma, why can't he does himself? So there is a what we can say, there is one thing, a yogi cannot burn his initiative karma. It's not in his control. He's not going to do. He can't do at all because it's a inscription, we can say. It's an inscription. It's a rule, we can say. It's a rule. He can't do that. But he can burn others' initiative karma. That is there. We came to know we knew one example. Veera Brahmam, a yogi, he could able to destroy others' initiative karma. Because of that, the other person who was blind by birth, he came out from that karma and he could able to see. That happens only when a yogi has the divine fire inside his head. So there is no other way to destroy the initiative karma. That is the only way a yogi can burn others' initiative karma, but not his own initiative karma. So God said also two kinds of methods. One is Karma Yogam, another one is Brahma Yogam. So that is why in the Shlokam also he said that Dvividha Nishtha, there are two kinds of Nishtas, Yoga Nishtas, or methods, or unifications, we can say. So their names also he clearly explained that Gnana Yogam, Karma Yogam. Karma Yogena Yoginam, Gnana Yogena Sankhyanam, Karma Yogena Yoginam. That means he said two kinds of yogams here. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll end the session. Om Mangalam Gurudevaya Mahaniya Prabodhatmane Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Sadhurupaya Mangalam. Prabodharpanam to everybody.